Okay, hopefully everyone have their blocks, their pillows, their bolsters, blankets, everything that you would need to get comfortable. And we're going to just start in our easy pose. So cross both of your legs, one in front the other with your feet underneath your knees. You can either hold your hands palm facing up or plant it down on your knees. And just begin to breathe. We're going to just do some natural breathing here, but paying attention to how the air moves into and out of the body. You can also begin to soften your gaze. And just breathe easy. And tonight we're doing the Yin/restorative practice, just settling our bodies down. We'll be holding each pose a little bit longer than usual, but it is a-okay because we're going to revitalize our muscles by releasing all the toxins that's within the muscles in the body. So just continue to breathe, paying attention to how the air goes in into your body. What do you feel at this moment? What are the thoughts that's crossing your mind? Begin to settle those thoughts and release it here on this mat. This is the time for you. We can begin to set an intention for this practice. Maybe our intentions would be to continue to restore ourselves and our minds on and off the mat throughout the day, throughout the week, the month, and the rest of the year. Let's continue to breathe. So if you need to, you can place a rolled blanket underneath your knees if you're feeling any tensions there. And it really does release any tensions that you have if you can't lower your knees onto the mat. Another great tip is grabbing a block and placing it underneath your seat, and that relieves the tensions from your hip. And now we feel very supported here. We're going to add some cat-cow stretches here. So we're going to begin by inhaling and lifting your heart to the sky. Exhale, and we're going to push our spines towards the back of the room. Inhale, lifting your heart and your gaze up. And exhale, rounding the spine. And we're going to continue to do a few more of these, just to give our bodies a nice stretch. Continue to inhale and exhale. You're always welcome to return to center. If you feel at any time that you have your body is satisfied with the stretches, but we can continue just to bring some movement to our bodies before we start to relax and do a few more stretches. So I'm returning to center, just to settle my center. I'm doing natural breathing, and you're welcome to breathe deeply through the nose and out through the mouth. Now we're going to begin a butterfly pose, forward fold. So I'm just going to move this real quick so I can show you that we're going to plant both of our feet, or the soles of our feet together, and you can hold it here. You're welcome to grab a blanket. I'm just going to plant my feet underneath here, and you can forward fold and hold here for a few breaths. You can grab as many or as little blankets and pillows as you want, and just settle here. If you have your head turned to one side, we're just going to breathe here for a few moments. You can also plant your hands onto the mat if that feels comfortable for you. And when you're ready, let's turn our head to the other side, just so we can have that same stretch on both sides of the body. When you're ready, let's just lift our crowns up to center. Now we're going to do a half butterfly forward fold. Let me move this out the way so that you're able to see. So what you can do is bring your foot closer to your right leg and tuck it under the thigh here, bending your left knee. And then we're going to just bring back the blanket and our pillows, stretching out your right leg out to the side. You can put the blanket or pillow underneath your knee if you do have any tensions under there. And let's begin to forward fold. You can plant your crown flat on the pillow, or you could turn it to this side. And just hold here for a few moments. Remember, if you need, grab as much pillows as you possibly want, just so you can feel comfortable into this forward fold. ready, we're going to switch over to our left side. So I'm just going to move my props to the side. I'm going to now bend the right knee, and I'm going to stretch out my left leg now. I'm not sure if you can see, but I have my blanket underneath my left leg that's extended, and I'm going to add my pillow here because I'm feeling some tension. I'm going to add my blanket underneath my right knee to release that tension over here. My right foot is still tucked under my left leg, and I'm going to forward fold and hold here for a few moments. Okay, when you're ready, we can begin to release ourselves. And we are going to go into a wide leg forward fold. So with that, we're going to stretch both of our legs out as much as possible. If you need to have added support underneath your knees, please do so. And we're just going to bring our bolsters, our pillows, blankets in front of us and fold into our pose. Try to remember that this is a restorative kind of flow, so we're not stretching ourselves into pain. We're stretching into comfort, so if you need to add more pillows, grab all the pillows that you need, all of the blankets that you need. If this is like a cool down kind of thing, if you're feeling cold, you're welcome to plant a blanket over your back, just so you can feel nice and comfortable throughout this time. If you had your head on one side, begin to just turn it over to the other side to give yourself that equal stretch on both sides of the body. When you're ready, let's begin to transition to our bridge pose. I'm just going to move this stuff out the way. For the bridge pose, we are going to lay flat on our mat, and we're going to add a bolster or your blanket or your pillows, whatever you have available to you. We're just going to place it below our hips. I'm using my blanket. And we could bend our knees up and plant both of our hands flat on the mat. So if it's okay if your blanket doesn't look like mine, or you're not in a deep incline, whatever you have available to you that'll make you feel nice and comfortable, you're welcome to grab that. Just pay attention to your breathing. If your blanket is too high for you, always reduce whatever you have until you feel comfortable. And now we're going to transition into a restorative pigeon. So I'm just going to move my big blanket out the way. And I'm going to grab a smaller blanket. So here we're going to move back flat on the mat. Bend in both knees. We're going to do like a figure 4, bringing our right ankle up and on top of the left thigh. And you can either stay here, or if you want, you can add your blanket underneath your hip to kind of Hold your feet up. I'm going to add my pillows here to kind of bring my feet up. You're also welcome, if you want more, to grab the back of your left thigh and bring it closer to your chest. But you're more than welcome to just keep your foot planted on your props. And let that support you while we sit here for a few breaths. And now let's switch legs. We're going to plant our right foot on the mat, bringing our left ankle up on top of the right thigh. Now let's hold here. If you want to add a stretch, you can grab the back of your right thigh and bring it as close to your chest as possible. You can bring your props under your legs just to give you that added support here, if you choose to. You're always welcome to just plant your foot all the way onto the mat if that feels more comfortable for you. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to transition to our supine spinal twist. So what I'm asking for you to do, and let's bring our blankets and our pillows. You can stack it as high as you want, but let's put it on the left side of our bodies. We're going to lay flat on the mat, stretching out your legs. Let's bend the right knee, planting our foot onto the mat. We're going to take our left hand now and bring in our right knee closer until they both meet. And then we're going to glide your knee across your left leg to the left side of the mat. It should be planted right on top of the blankets and pillows that you piled up. And then we can take our right hand and stretch it out to the outside of the mat and hold here. And we're going to breathe here for a few moments. If you would like an added stretch, you can look over your right shoulder to feel a deeper stretch in your spine. And continue breathing in this nice stretch. And now let's begin to stretch on the right side of the body. So we're going to release ourselves. And let's move everything to the right side. Planting your blankets and pillows towards your knees and your ankles. So that when we do our twist, we are falling deep into our space. If you want a pillow under your crown, you can do so. So let's go back down. And we're going to bend our left knee this time, planting our left foot on the mat. Let's bring up our right hand and meet the left knee until they touch. And then we're going to glide that over to the right side of the mat. Making sure your legs is comfortably onto the mat. And we're going to take our left hand and stretch it to the outside of the mat. You can also stretch both hands outside and hold here. You're welcome to look towards the left side of your mat for an added stretch. Let's hold here for a few moments. If you need to add pillows, or sometimes one side of the body may feel different than the other side, so always grab as much pillows and blankets that you possibly may want so that you can melt into this pose. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. Now we're going to transition to a nice belly twist so we could release ourselves a little bit, bringing both knees to meet each other. We could lift them up as close to the chest as possible, and we're going to take our right hand to the outside of the left knee and now bring both legs to the outside of the mat towards the right, and we can hold here. You can stretch your left hand out to the outside of the mat and send in your gaze along with it. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to move all of our props to the other side of our mats. Let's lay flat on the mat again. Planting both feet onto the mat as we bend our knees. And now as we inhale, we're going to lift both knees up, taking our left hand now to the outside of the right knee, and let's glide that over until it gets on top of our props. And we can hold here, sending our right hand to the outside of the mat. You're also welcome to send your left hand to the outside of the left side of the mat. And we can hold here in this stretch. Okay, now we're going to transition to our restorative fish pose. Let me just move my props out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to get my bolster now. If you do not have a bolster, please grab your pillows or your blankets, and we're just going to put that here so we can put our crowns high up on the pillow. And we're just going to lay back, creating a nice little arch in our back, and bringing both hands out to the outside of the mats. And breathe in here on this heart opener. If you want, you can grab your blanket or pillow to put it underneath your feet. Just continue to breathe here. And now we're going to add a reclined butterfly. So if you remember from earlier, we just planted both of our feet, or the soles of our feet together. We added some pillows or blankets underneath our knees for added comfort and support. Let me grab this. And then we're gonna just lean right back on our blankets or pillows here. Continue to breathe. Always remember to breathe and pay attention to your breathing. I hope this feels very relaxing for everyone. And now we're going to transition to our last position for Savasana. So here, you could grab everything. Let's grab everything. I'm getting my big blanket and putting it underneath my knees. I'm going to add, oh wait, hold up, I forgot. I have my back pillow here. I'm going to lean on that as well, add some more pillows here, I'm going to add my bolster. So grab whatever you need to make you feel nice and comfortable. I'm going to put my hands on the blankets on the side of me. Grab as much as you want so you can fall deeply into this pose and relax. Just for a few breaths. So here, just begin to release any tensions or worries that you may have. So breathe in, restoration, and breathe out all that tension. Okay, well, we're going to begin to add some movement to our bodies. Let's rotate our ankles, wiggle our toes, rotate our wrist, wiggle the fingers. Let's lift our crowns and our hearts up. You could begin to do some shoulder rolls, going towards the back of the room and then towards the front of the room. You can begin to move our props. Let's do a spinal twist, going towards the left of the mat, bringing your left hand towards the back of your body. Breathe in here. Return to center and do another spinal twist, bringing your right hand behind the back of your body and hold in here. And return to center. And that is it for the Yin-Storative session. I hope you enjoyed it and it was very helpful for you.